Good morning everyone. Slept well last night. Bit of a frost on the ground this morning though, so it was a bit chilly, but just cooked breakfast. Scrambled eggs with cheese. I've had this before and I've got a game changer that's going to really up this. Not bad. Just needs a bit of toast with some butter on it. All packed up and I'm on the road, back on the canal. I'm walking towards Caen Locks at Devizes, and then at Devizes I head off into the Downs towards Avebury. Got no firm plan today. I did spot a place to wild camp before Avebury, so it might be too early. If so, I can always continue on to Avebury, then walk up onto the Ridgeway, hopefully find a place there. Avebury's about 13 miles away, so it's not a mega day. None of them are going to be mega days. I don't need to do mega days. I think if I just keep the distances lower, it gives me more chance of completing. So just going to take it nice and steady and just following the canal path. Got a really good night's sleep last night actually. It was a really quiet campsite and yeah, just really pleasant area. I had a resident cat called Socks, so apparently she turned up 9 years ago and just hasn't left, but the chap says, well, we feed her, so that's probably why. But yep, and it's funnily enough, I've just joined the canal and the boat going by had the same couple on. It was the same boat that I saw yesterday and they offered me a lift, and I don't think they were joking actually, but I said, oh, it's okay, I've only got a few miles left. So I've just seen them again, so it's funny. So I'll probably bump into them again up the road. So right, all set, onwards and alongwards. Well, they must be the locks. Stating the obvious a bit, but quite impressive. Quite impressive sight that. Don't know how many locks there are, but certainly a lot. It must take boats quite a while to negotiate all of these locks. Found a service station with a coffee machine, and although it says that the loos are out of use, they're kind enough to unlock them and let me use them, so just have a little breather. Here's where I leave the canal and head towards the Downs. This is Quaker's Walk apparently. Nice leafy path. I don't know how old that horse is, but we'll find out. I'll put it on the screen. Half a tree. I have to say, I am enjoying this an awful lot more than the first part last year so far. All that road walking, trying to get off the road as much as I can for cars going past every few minutes. Not been able to see a great deal because of the high hedges. Wondering how busy the road's going to be. Just endless plod along tarmac. This has been much more enjoyable. Proper fields and tracks and paths on the canal. Currently following this lovely long track all over the Downs. The sun's out, the views are beautiful. I got chatting with a 74-year-old chap out riding his bike, and he says he's doing a 14-mile bike ride and he just wants to keep himself as fit as he can for as long as possible. Can really get behind that statement. So yep, so far today's a good day. Don't know where I'll end up tonight, but it's a good day. That over there on the hill, that is the Caen Hill Monument. Here we go, Morgan's Hill. Heading right up to the Downs now. I think when I get to that copse of trees I'm going to stop for a break and lunch. Just stopped in the handy gateway for a bit of a lunch break. Just drying the tent on the gate there because it's a little bit wet from the dew this morning. Lovely day now though, it's really sunny. Beautiful views all around of the downs. So I'm just going to sit for a bit, air my feet, just have something to eat and let the tent dry a bit. Glorious downs and sea for miles. Good tracks with no traffic. I'm just actually really enjoying today. Yeah, it's really good. I was going to look for somewhere to pitch up on the hill there, but trouble is, I think by the time I get there, it's only going to be dead early. It'll only be about 3 o'clock, so it's far too early to pitch. So plan B is to actually get to Avebury, perhaps have a drink in the pub there, and then head up to the Ridgeway, see what I can find there. So hopefully I'll find somewhere, because I mean this will be a good place in this gateway, but it's far too early. But I'm sure I'll find somewhere. Please close the gate. Not much gate to close. Come down off the high point of the downs and now going parallel to the A4. This is like the old Wessex Ridgeway, and it will take me towards Avebury. Might be a kestrel over there. Certainly pretty round here. Better day than I thought it was going to be weather-wise. Did give it cloudy all day. Not complaining. We're going down that way, and I'm pretty sure that ridge up there is the Ridgeway. Horse gallops down there. Sandwiched between two major roads at the moment. And look at this. Don't know why I'm worried. I really don't know why I'm worried. When I camp, I'm going to leave absolutely no trace at all. Definitely not any mess like that. We're just out of Avebury Truslow, and they are marked on the map as long stones. I don't know the story, but they'll probably be part of the wider Avebury network. Those stones are called Adam and Eve, and it's thought that at one time there'd have been a row of stones in one big ceremonial avenue all the way along here, and another twin one over behind me somewhere, but sadly they've been rubbed out over the years for building stone, so there's only 2 left. Here we are at Avebury, and here are the impressive Avebury stones. I think those stone pegs have been inserted where they think ones were missing. Bit of a shame they've got that main road going all the way through. I'm going to find the pub in a bit, sit and have a drink, and plan my next move. There we are then, the Avebury stones. Oh, the stories these stones could tell, if only they could speak. I've gone with plan B because it was just too early when I reached the point I was going to pitch originally. So I've had a poke around Avebury, had an ice cream, had half a pint of cider in the pub, because it's got to be done, because Wiltshire, and I'm going to walk up to the Ridgeway now and see if I can find somewhere suitable. Well, I'll need to find somewhere suitable because there's no alternative. It is a bit breezy, so I'm hoping I'll find somewhere sheltered. Now, I'm not going to the Ridgeway where it starts, I'm afraid. That's down the road at Ogbourne Hill, but it would be a big loop out my way, probably put about 3 miles on. And this challenge, a side to side, isn't about walking the Ridgeway, it's about walking from Land's End to Ness Point. So I don't feel bad for cutting a bit off. So I'm just going to walk onto the Ridgeway, see what I can see. And here's hoping we'll find a perfect pitch. Right, here we are on the Ridgeway. Let's see what it's got for us. Actually, what about here? I know the path's just there, but they say it's best to go on the path and not in a field. I was looking for a place back there, but there's some kind of tract in one of the fields over there, and if I could see him, he could see me. But I think this is a lot more shielded by that hedge, so I might wait a bit and then pitch up. There we go. Not perfect by any means, but as long as it stays up. Well, I find it hard to believe that this is my first wild camp this year. I've really been slipping on the wild camp in front. I think it's a combination of being busy, not having much money, not having much time, and plus the weather's been quite cold. In fact, it's still pretty cold at night now, but it all pitched up. It seems to be okay, touch wood. Chap and a bike went past, but we just had a good chat, and he didn't seem bothered about me camping. And he said there's a load of kids up at Lillington Castle, which is quite good because that's one place I had thought about camping. So he says they're there in the cars and he's sure they'll throw litter. So he says it's nice to see somebody doing it properly. And yeah, I mean, watching the YouTube videos of people camping on the Ridgeway, they said that they didn't have any problems. Where I found it's quite good because it's been quite gusty today. And it said 19 miles an hour gust, but there's no wind here, touch wood. It's sheltered by those stones, I think, and also the hedge behind me. So I did see through the hedge somebody go off in a farm vehicle in the field, but he didn't come back, and I don't think he could see me anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get tea. I'm going to have a rather sad pot noodle and some crisps, but it is what it is, so don't judge me. And then I'm going to get my head down, I think. So it's been a good day. I've really enjoyed the Downs. I've really enjoyed today. It's been really scenic and it's a lovely evening. Morning. Morning. Doesn't look too bad a morning out there at all. It was a bit cold last night, but okay, I slept okay. Got the coffee on the go, so I just get up and start getting ready to face the world. Half 6 and it's a beautiful morning. Look at those views. I can hear activity in the field behind me, vehicles, so I'm quite glad I'm all packed up now. Here is where I camped last night. As you can see, not a trace has been left. I'm just about ready to pack up and just going to have some breakfast and head on up on the trail that way. Okay, a couple of confessions here. The first one is I'm actually going to come off the Ridgeway for a little bit because the Ridgeway does a big and frankly unnecessary loop all the way down to Ogbourne St George and then back up. But by taking a track called the Old Ridgeway and a couple of minor roads, I can shave 4 miles off. And it's quite a big chunk because, like I say, my challenge isn't doing the Ridgeway, it's a different challenge entirely. The other confession is I've actually booked a night's accommodation tonight in a village just off the route because 3 reasons really. One, the tent's absolutely wet through. 2, it was absolutely freezing last night, so I just thought, oh, I'll blow it, I'll just book it. And 3, it's a certain time of the month and I'm not feeling great today. I've got quite a lot of cramps, so I think I'll just give myself an easier day, get in a reasonable time, and I'm staying at a pub tonight and just have a good pub meal and a good rest. Well, I'll camp again tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. I don't know if you can see, but that field there is just crisscrossed by what looks like a load of little ditches. I don't know if it's something ancient, some ancient irrigation or field system, or if it's just something that's fairly modern. I'm headed towards a village called Chiseldon, and there is a post office marked there on the map, and when I had a search on the internet it does seem that it's still functional and open till 8, which suggests it might be a bit of a mini mart as well, which I could do with a few bits and bobs. And we pass right by it, so I'm thinking I might pop and just have a look, have a rest there, get a drink, bit of lunch, have a sit. Sounds good to me. Just heading into this village, I forget what it's called, for a spot of lunch. Chiseldon. I was hoping the post office was going to be a little shop, and it was. There's a little spa, so I've got a few provisions. Lovely day here. I found the village green. No benches, but with some nice grass. I'm just going to sit and have some lunch. Got to take air the feet. We've just come up a really quite busy road from the village. It really wasn't pleasant. But across this fast road, the Ridgeway goes down here, but there's quite a few cars coming down here, so I'm not done with the roads just yet. So for the, I think it's the M4. This feels like a bit of a milestone in my walk. Phew me. Busy. I'll be glad to leave the roads again, that's for sure. Hooray! Feels like I've been on those roads for miles. There's a truck up there, but I really cannot be bothered to bag it. Just had another little sit and a break, because it's one thing I've learned, I don't need to be in a rush about it. I just can take my time, and I think that's what I've got to do. I don't think there's all that many miles before I get to tonight's accommodation. It's yeah, I should be there before 5, I think, and I can just have a good rest. I just want to use this evening to do a bit of planning, see when things are on the Ridgeway, just get a bit of structure in place. So I will update you when I'm there or nearer there. Who knows? Rose and Crown, that way. This is us. This is where we leave the trail for the night. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that massive bed. A bit bigger than the one I had last night. And biscuits. White chocolate chip cookies. My favourite. Yummy. Hot chocolate. Today was quite tough with those. Not feeling that great yesterday, although I did feel better in the afternoon. But yeah, the walking was okay apart from the busy roads. But yeah, hair washed now, fed, watered, everything's up drying. So this bed is massive. I think you could sleep 5 in here easily. So this is me, and I'm going to make the most of a comfortable night. Morning, morning. Back on the trail after a really comfortable night's stay in the Rose and Crown in Ashbury. Had a lovely meal last night. A really good night's sleep in that massive bed, and raring to go this morning. No plan for today, other than just follow the Ridgeway until I've had enough, basically, and then see what my options are. So, going to be a good day. It's a bit cool at the moment, a bit cloudy, but hopefully the sun will be out in a bit. So, check in a bit later. This is Wayland's Smithy, long barrow, used for burials in the Neolithic period over 5,500 years ago. It's named after the Saxon god Wayland, god of smithies. And there's a legend that if you leave a horse here overnight with some money, you'll come back in the morning and your horse will be shod. I wonder if I leave him some money, he'll give me some new feet. So the remains would have been put in these chambers. You can only go in this bit here, but it looks like it extends quite a long way back. So presumably under here would have been space for more remains. It makes me wonder about the people who were buried beneath, how they lived, how they died, who they were as people, what hopes, dreams did they have, how they greeted the friends, whether they had pets, what rituals that took place. And all these people are now, they're long gone. We won't ever know anything about them, but they were here and they did exist. They're a part of this landscape, they're part of our story. Oh yes, I'm in a different county now. I've crossed over into Oxfordshire. Woohoo! That's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th county. I don't know if you can hear me, it's a tad breezy up here, but this is White Horse Hill. I've just come off the Ridgeway to back the trek, and I walked down the hill a little way to see what I could see of the White Horse, the Uffington White Horse. Not a lot really, you can just about make out the head, but obviously you'd have to go right down the hill to see most of it, and I'm really sorry I can't be bothered to do that, so you'll have to make do with the head. But yeah, just stop for a breather. Feeling quite good. Bit blowy, bit cloudy, otherwise it's fine. That's the only thing you can see for miles. I can see I've got to go down, 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 and then I've got to go up, 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 up. It's not a bench. I was seriously just thinking about looking for somewhere to sit and taking a break and having something to eat. And there's a bench. I think that's the first one I've seen on the Ridgeway. But I'll take it. It's very welcome. Just had a quick break on that well-handy bench. I do have it on authority from the hiker app that there may be a cafe a bit further up ahead, just off the route down the main road. So I might just have to investigate that. Don't know. Mountain block for a high horse. It's brilliant white here. Blinding almost. That is a good sign. That is a very good sign. I like that sign a lot. Well, that was a nice stop. A lovely frothy latte and scone and a sit down near the old feet. Really welcome that was. I'm just picking up a track that will take me back onto the Ridgeway. And yeah, feeling okay still, feet a little bit tired, but I can just stop and rest whenever I want to. I mean, I'm not in any rush, don't need to be in any rush, can't pitch up too early anyway, just take my time. Back on the Ridgeway now. There's quite a few kites around here. There's the skylarks as well, I can hear. I don't want to stay at the obvious again, but that is some kind of monument. don't know what for. I wonder if there's anything written. I mean, there is evidence of a fire here, but it's quite a bit out of the way. I know it's still quite early, but this could be it. Yeah, I know there's a small car park behind me somewhere, but honestly, I think I'll be hard pressed to find somewhere as good as this, especially as there's no more woodland for quite a while. And to be honest, I don't think people are going to come. I think if it's kids, are more likely to come at the weekend. But I'll hang around for a bit. I won't pitch straight away. I'll hang around, probably have something to eat or a drink first, and see what transpires. I can always move if not, but this looks quite a nice spot near Shoehammer's Knob, apparently. So there you go, sleeping near Shoehammer's Knob. Beautiful. It's really not visible from the main Ridgeway path at all. I can only see it because I know what I'm looking for. Seems to be quite a busy car park behind me, but seems to be dog walkers and cyclists, luckily. But like I say, I don't think you can see this tent from the path, so it's only if somebody actually comes into the woods, because there is a path there. But I am sure of the people have camped here before. Well, I know people have fly camped because there's those fireplaces. Obviously I'm not having a fire, that's my cooking implement. So I'm going to get some tea on. It's going to be a bit chilly, I think, so I've got my sleeping bag liner. I think I'm going to need it. I have had to book some accommodation tomorrow night because it goes through Streatley and then Goring, and after that it's quite urban right up towards Cromarsh, Gifford, and unfortunately there is a campsite but it's full. I did ring earlier but it's fully booked, so I've booked somewhere in Goring. So it's a bit of a shorter day tomorrow. It's probably only going to be about 11 miles, but I'll just have a bit of an easy day. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, because unfortunately another campsite I was relying on is also booked, but we'll take that as it comes. I won't worry about that right now. I'm going to get some tea on now and chill. I'm having porcini mushroom risotto. I think it's my favourite of the fire pot meals, so yeah, I think that's just about ready. I'm going to enjoy this. It's finally dropping dark, and I think hopefully all the dog walkers and cyclists have gone now. So I'm going to brew up a hot chocolate and I'm going to get my heads down for the night. So see you in the morning, and I hope I have a peaceful night.